What's up viewers, it's Eric from Beside. Today we have here a 2017 Lexus NX200T and we're going to be installing this BeatSonic smartphone mirroring kit. The part number is IF04EP and it allows you to mirror whatever's shown on your smartphone to the factory screen, and also the audio from your phone will also be heard from your car stereo system, and it's compatible with both iPhones and Android. Today specifically we're going to be installing an Android device. In addition to that, it also comes with the DVD and navigation and motion controller, so while on the go, if you need to do something on your car's infotainment system which will otherwise be locked out, you can now do so with this BeatSonic smartphone mirroring kit. So let's not waste any more time and let's get started. Alright, now that we're in the car, the first step is to raise your armrest. And you will want to remove this over here. Just get a hold of it by grabbing this side and just pull it towards you. And the next step is to remove this little piece of plastic here. Okay, and you will want to remove this piece over here on the side. And then same for the driver's side. And then the next step is we're going to work on this side over here. Okay, the next step is to remove this. Get a panel removal tool like this and just insert over here and just carefully, one clip at a time, work your way down and remove this piece. And then the next step is to remove this. This is all just being held by clips as well. Okay, and there's a little connector here. Remove this. And the next step is to remove this Phillips screwdriver screw. Okay, make sure you don't lose the screw. And you're going to drop this piece down. And in order to drop this panel down, you're going to have to go under the bottom portion, and you're going to notice that there's two Phillips screwdriver screws that needs to be unscrewed, this one and this one. So we're going to do that now. And then make sure you don't lose these screws by keeping in a safe location. And after you have that, just drop this piece down. Okay, just like that. And just keep it down there. And then the next step is to remove this plastic piece. It's just being held by clips. And after you have removed all the pieces on this side, we're going to work on the passenger side. Okay, on the passenger side, we want to first remove this side panel over here. Just grab a hold of your panel removal tool and just carefully remove this one clip at a time. This side, you don't necessarily have to pull out the whole piece. You could just leave it out like this. And then just drop your glove box. And then just pull this whole panel. This whole thing is gonna come off. It's just being held by clips. So just pull it, just hold it here and just pull it towards you. Okay, and then put this aside. Okay, the next step is to remove the shift knob. You're gonna do so by pushing down on the shift boot and turning it counterclockwise. And the next step is to carefully remove this silver trim. So we're going to just grab a hold of here and just work our way up. And then the next step is to remove this whole center area over here. So we're going to do so by raising the armrest, and then we're going to pull this out. Okay, once you remove this, just put this aside because you just need the room here. Just make sure you don't hit anything with it because you don't want to scratch it. Okay, the next step is to remove these two 10mm bolts. You have one on the right side here and also an identical one on the left side. Okay, once you have that removed, move the shifter to the bottom by pressing this button. And then I recommend to place a towel on here so that you won't scratch your radio against this shifter. We're gonna remove this top climate control assembly. It's all being held by clips. Get a firm hold on it and just pull it towards you. Like that. And then there is gonna be one connector that you're gonna wanna disconnect. And then you wanna grab the bottom part and just pull it towards you. All right, once you have this out, we're gonna be working on the connectors behind it. Okay, behind the radio, the connectors that we're gonna be working on is gonna be this one and these two in the middle, and also the GPS connector here. So let's start off with the big one. So there's a little clip inside, just press inwards and then pull up, and then it'll release the gray clip. You might need a small flathead screwdriver, or if you have some nails, you could just use your finger. Okay, so once this clip is released, just pull it up, this out towards you, and there's a little clip here. You're gonna wanna remove the gray clip out of this 3 joining connectors. And then you gotta remove the very right connector that's a part of this 3 connectors. Okay, in place of that, get a hold of our module and you'll find that there's a connector that looks exactly like this one. And then in place, you are going to connect it. Just like that. And then the other side is going to connect to your car side. Just like that. And grab your gray piece one more time, your gray clip, and you're gonna insert it back to how it was before, and then push it back up like this. Now it's ready to be inserted back into its original location again, and you'll hear another click confirming that everything is connected correctly. Okay, the next connector we're going to be working on is going to be this connector here, right here. So just use your finger, pull it out, and daisy chain it. So grab our connector. So this piece is going to connect to our adapter, and the other side of our adapter is going to connect into the radio. Very easy, plug and play. Okay, and the next step is locate the GPS connector. It's all the way down here, bottom left corner. Same thing, just pull it out and daisy chain it to our module, and our module connects into the radio. Okay, and the next final connector that we are going to connect is this connector over here. Just pull it out like that and daisy chain it to our connector. And this connector is the one with the RCA cable, and it allows the video input for your phone mirroring. Just like that. Okay, so everything is now connected to the factory radio from our adapters. And how do you put our adapters together? So we have a separate video for that, so click on the link that you see and I'll show you detailed instructions on how to connect our adapters together. This time we're going to be pairing our smartphone mirroring kit with the new kit. It's called the ScreenBeam Mini 2. We used to recommend the Netgear device, but unfortunately they will discontinue that product and it's very difficult to find. So ScreenBeam Mini 2, also available on Amazon, is a second recommended product that works really well to wirelessly mirror your Android device. We tested it. In this ScreenBeam Mini 2, there's this main device. This is what's gonna do the mirroring. It also includes a charger for this, which has a USB at one end and a micro USB on the other end. And it also has an HDMI connector and also a wall socket charger. You don't need this wall socket charger. You also don't need the HDMI cables, but you do need this USB to micro USB. So we're gonna connect one end of the micro USB to the screen beam unit, and this is to power up the screen beam unit. And the other end of this is just a simple USB. You're gonna connect this to the USB power supply that's included in with our kit. And on the other end of this USB, of course, grab our HDMI to AV adapter, the white box. And instead of using the HDMI joint connector that's included in the kit, just remove that. And instead, the Screen Beam Mini 2 will connect right to it. So this device becomes kind of long. If it's kind of difficult to shove this behind the radio, then feel free to use the HDMI connector that's included in with the Screen Beam Mini 2 kit, so that it gives you a little bit more flexibility in placing your components behind the radio. So we'll use it for that purpose. So right now we have the Screen Beam Mini 2 that's being powered from the USB power cable included in with our kit. And the other side is connected to the HDMI cable that's included in the Screen Beam Mini 2 to our HDMI box. So everything is connected. We're gonna clean up the cables and we're gonna nicely tuck it behind the radio. Okay, we finished cleaning up the wires. We placed it all behind the radio very nicely, and the next step is just reverse order everything we just did. Put the screw back in, make sure you don't forget any of the panels. I know we took off a lot of stuff, and let's go ahead and put everything back. All right guys, we just finished putting back all the panels back together. Okay, and upon initial setup, you want to first press on the menu button, go to media, and then go to source. And then you'll find that there's a new menu item called the AV. So you're gonna go there, and then you'll find there's a screen on the left. You could go full screen. And the first time you go full screen, you'll notice that it's not utilizing the whole entire screen. So what you wanna do is get out of this menu, go to options, go to wide, and then go to stretched. This is the optimal setting using our adapter. And then if you go back to full screen, you'll find that it's utilizing the whole entire screen, left to right. Okay, now that we're ready to mirror our Android device, grab a hold of your Android phone. This is the Samsung S8, the brand new one. It's very easy to mirror. All you have to do is go to your upper screen and scroll to the right. You'll find a button called Smart View. Before you do this, make sure your Wi-Fi is on. Just touch that Smart View and it will automatically find the device, the Screen Beam Mini 2, and it will automatically connect. There you go. And now we have it connected and the phone is being mirrored to the factory screen. And let me, for example, let's go check out such as Waze.
Let's get started. Drive safely.
Okay, while you're navigating to wherever you need to go, you could also multitask with applications such as Pandora. So while the music is playing, you could have the Waze application take you to your destination. You can also turn on a video player such as Netflix, and while your passengers enjoys the movie, you can have Waze still run in the background and give you turn-by-turn directions. Okay, and of course you can also use applications such as YouTube.
Who's the new guy?
They call him the Whisperer.
The Whisperer? Why do they call him the...
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Grab your guitars, because today we're going to look at 3 jazz songs perfect for people who don't play jazz. Let's get started.
Alright, let me stop this. Okay, well this concludes our installation video for our IF04 EP phone mirroring system for 2013 to current Lexus models with factory navigation. And as you can see here, you could just do about anything that you can do on your phone, make it show up on your screen. So if you have any additional questions about this, send us an email at info@beatsonicusa.com. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page.